I'm Randy.
And I'm Aaron.
And this
is Tangents. We forgot to record this until after the fact, so that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so sorry for the scuffed nature of this recording. It's a recording, so we could do it again, but that's an hour.
Yeah, so sit tight, strap in, and prepare your eyes.
And ears. Mostly ears.
No, not their ears.
Oh, yes, because we don't gouge out their eardrums. That's just rude.
Yeah. Well, no. We could, but we have to ask permission. Anyway, on to the show.
So, you boys ready for Randy to overpower the mic signal, or what?
Yeah, sure. Let loose, kiddo.
Nah. I'm not going to destroy Scott's ears.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Here, let me move over. I'm still worried that last week's Scott's going to get to edit it, and he's just like, wow, I literally can't hear anything.
That's going to be funny.
So I've been thinking about taking that laptop down there, and provided I can actually get it to operate a little bit, I might put Linux on it and play around with it a little bit. Because I don't really need it.
Right, but you still can't replace the fact that I'm a CPU.
Didn't it score like a 2% on Cinebench?
It scored halfway behind something from like 5 years before its time.
Yeah, well, what I'm thinking about doing is around my birthday, or, whenever I get another job, potentially just saving up, going to a pawn shop, getting a decent laptop for half the price, and just going, alright, Linux machine. Because I do think it'd be fun to have a Linux machine, play around with it and everything like that. Just, get to learn it, see if it's all that Linus has chalked it up to be. Both the
Torvald
YouTube...
or Tech Tips?
Huh?
Torvald or Tech Tips?
Torvald?
That's his last name. The guy who came up with the original Linux kernel.
I'm talking about our
Tech
friend
Tips?
who was once in Maine. That was the alternate name, remember? Because of his love
Linus.
for Linux.
Yes. So, one of the three.
Yeah. But anyway, it's one of those things, I just got thinking about it. I was like, I like how, I think he had Garuda Linux on his computer. Let me show you. Garuda Linux. So just, like look at this. Whenever it loads. Okay, guys, it's just...
Yeah, that looks pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. And it just looks pretty. And I see this and I'm just like, I kind of want. But I don't know how to operate Linux in any capacity.
What you do is you have all your important commands on a copy-paste folder, on a copy-paste text file. So you just, like, alright, I want to do this. Highlight, Control-C, click, Control-V.
Mm-hmm. Well, the main thing that, stops me from, going,
Or set up a macro for each thing.
A what?
Macro keys.
Yeah, I could.
Become that one guy. I forgot his name. He's one of LTT's editors.
I feel like I know what guy you're talking about.
He just looks like a really stereotypical nerd.
Big guy?
Yeah, he's very tall.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Not by name, though, huh?
No. Oh, wait, Anthony, I think his name is?
Anthony's the huge guy.
Oh, okay.
Who is like server genius.
Okay, the Chad.
The big round Chad!
That's you also.
Lake Mega Chad. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, my word. But the main thing that stops me from taking this computer and just,
Linux is because
I can't game. And also Clip Studio Paint that I love.
Yeah, okay,
I like using.
That's true. However, it's been starting to gam.
I know, but I watched Linus Tech Tips' video on it, and it still requires a bit more footwork than I'd like. Now, with Windows.
What you're saying is you can't drop it in.
Yep, I just like being able to go, okay, I want to play this game. Do I need money? Sure thing. Here's my credit card. Please don't dox me again. And,
Again.
all right, then I download the game. I move on. You know, I don't have to, like, I don't have to work around anything. Although the Linus Tech Tips video is funny because they're just like, and with Google Stadia, gaming on Linux, you know, Stadia is a Linux-based thing, so gaming is becoming easier. And I'm just laughing here, like, what, 2 years later, and I'm just like, Stadia,
Google who now? Google who now?
everyone just laughed him out of business. It's like, it's a neat idea, but you need a lot more groundwork for that. Like xCloud, that thing Xbox is working on, apparently works like a charm, but it's perfect for what Xbox is doing, because they're like, you don't like xCloud? Perfectly fine. Buy a disc. Buy our big black box. Probably doesn't have a person in it. Doesn't have a person in it. Don't get the idea it has a person in it.
I think you're getting the idea as a person.
Help
in it.
me. That's just fan spin.
Das geht it. Yep, fan spin.
Yeah.
No, they lock the audio file at rather than having it repeat das geht it over and over again.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's just yeah, again, I do eventually. The ideal future is like having computer for Linux that's more for just getting stuff done, and then a computer for Windows for everything else. You know, but
Gammon.
I mean, at one point, gaming on Linux is going to be just as easy as Windows and everything like that. But until that happens, I just can't. I can't switch. You know,
Windows is a very, very nice in between, because with Apple, you drop it in, you click your things, and they happen.
oh no, you really can't game on Mac.
I mean, as far as just kind of picking it up and using it.
Oh yeah.
And then Linux is like, you are the captain, and you're in a sea of pirate ships, and you have to kill them all to survive.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly...
And then in Windows, it's like, you can tell the captain what you want, and then, depending on how fast you die if you did that, he'd tell you, you know, like, oh, I can do that, or no.
Yeah.
And then you could, if you want, you could click a couple of buttons, which is basically sticking a gun to his head, do what I say.
Yeah, it's just, you know...
Like, for example, disabling antivirus to make it famster.
I want speed.
Oh yeah, by the way, it doesn't actually do anything.
Neat.
I haven't scanned for viruses in over 6 months.
I don't think I've scanned for viruses since I got this thing. Or since I
It
built
does it
this
in the
thing.
background, but I set mine to where I do it manually.
Yeah. I get it. It's just one of those things. It's like, you know... I know people have their reasons for not liking Windows 10. And, you know, Windows 10 isn't my favorite operating system. I still have a thing... I still really like what Windows 7 did. It felt like the nice... It was nice, you know. Windows 7 was neat.
Yes.
But by and large, it's like... It does the job. I don't hate every second of it. I don't have to... It's not Apple, you know? And, you know, Apple, again, like... Using a Mac isn't the worst thing. I just don't like it because as with most Apple products, it doesn't feel like it's mine. You know, something that has only gotten worse over the years is this growing feeling while using Apple products of, I am not the owner of my device, I am the renter of it. You know, and
Yeah.
we've talked about this a lot outside of the podcast.
Yeah. We talk about it with our Apple using friends. We talk about it amongst ourselves. We're like, oh, hey, cool. You gonna keep renting that thing or what?
Yeah, and you know what? It's fine. You know, I know that there are people who like what Apple does, and you know what? More power to them. But just for me personally, it wears me down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're very nasty about right to repair.
Yeah, but then again, do you expect any less?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pay good money, you may as well get good service.
Do you expect any less from Apple?
Oh, listen, I hate Megacorps just as much as the next guy, but I wish they'd at least pretend to care.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. You know, like, I know that, like, the whole Apple, like, you send your phone in and there's, like, room, and there's, like, a high chance that
They'll just send you a brand spanking new one.
But make it look like but all your data is transferred over from your old one. And I remember something actually cropped up like that with like previous generation consoles. Is people would get it back and it's like, I'm fairly certain this isn't my Xbox or my PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah.
And for a lot of corporations, it's just easier to do that.
It's easy. You end up spending more money having someone fix the broken thing rather than, paying the landfill to hold your Xbox for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of disgusting.
But let's backtrack a little bit to the pirating bit of that. You started One Piece.
Oh, yes.
Ha! I don't know. I laughed a little. I'm not.
You almost finished One Piece.
Yeah, I'm literally almost done, folks. I am at. Let me. Check.
He's almost caught up because One Piece is still not done.
Scott, could we get a drum roll whilst I pull this up? I am at the grand total chapter of 930.
He's almost at 1019, boys.
Mm-hmm. It has certainly taken. It's literally taken me a month. Today is like a month from when I started, and it feels really weird because it's a part of my schedule now, and I have to just find something else to do with my time after I'm done.
I ended up getting 80 chapters in like an 8-hour period because I just picked it up and I'm like, wow, this is really fun.
It's really easy to read.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you take a look at it and you're like, huh. Then you keep reading, you're like, huh.
You read. Trust me, where I'm at, you keep reading and like you see the catching up point at sight, and you're like, huh. You're just like, no, don't pump the brakes. I am literally on the arc that the manga is still on. I mentioned that to Linus earlier today, and he just hits me with that welcome. Just welcome. You're gonna be here.
You're about to drift into a wall.
Yeah, my intent was like when I started, I thought I could have sworn I had heard that it's like the manga's wrapping up, it's almost done, all that jazz, and I was like, okay, if I read it, then I can. Who knows? Maybe I'll finish it or catch up by about the time that last chapter's coming out, and then I get here and I'm just like, no, that's not over. This is not the last arc. This is not even close to it. But something that you probably can tell after having read at least 80 chapters of it is,
there's a reason it's that fucking long.
Yeah, but the whole giving each character their own time to breathe is something that is very much so a breath of fresh air,
It's a very One Piece kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things.
Boy, I can't wait for Zoro to cut this guy a new one.
Zolo.
Fighting the Sword King of the Ocean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love that. So the second that dude appeared, I was just like, show me more. Show me more.
He cuts all the boats in half. He's like, fuck you, unboats your wood.
I think his name's like Dracula Mihawk. And he's so cool. He's just, even, he appears a few times throughout the manga. He is just cool. The Didax voice from Halo 4? I gave Mihawk that voice. Just that sort of cadence and everything.
Oh my god.
It just fits so well.
I have lots of different voices inside my head for characters. And then if I want to use the same voice for two characters, I adjust the pitch.
I just try my best to make all the voices different, to the best of my abilities, but sometimes they just overlap. I've read this many chapters of One Piece, and Nami I still don't have a proper voice for in my head. I just use whatever voice in my head comes up first. But, where are you at again?
They, just kicked the shit out of a whale.
Okay.
And then Luffy's like, you're my rival, bitch.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so there's one character, and I gave her... the voice for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? That Zelda? The, British actress?
Oh, that?
Yeah, I gave it to her, because she's a princess. I don't know. I've had some funny voice choices, like I was gonna say Luffy, but Luffy.
Luffy.
Feels weird to say, but hey, okay, I'm just gonna say Luffy, and whatever happens, happens. Anyway, with Luffy, I gave him Deku's voice, but originally I tried to give him Tanjiro's.
I don't know if that works. What I ended up doing was I ended up giving his child voice, like something like Bab Deku's voice, except now he's just a little bit too manly for, high school Deku's voice.
No, you can't convince me that that Luffy does not have like a higher pitched voice. It just fits with his energy.
No, it's higher pitched. It's not that far up there.
Nah, I disagree.
It's not. It's not. Luffy Shonen.
Listen, when I read it, the voice fits. But with I think Sanji is one of my favorites because PS4 Spider-Man, the voice actor for Spider-Man. I gave it to him. It fits so well in my head, at least. Great, we're literally just talking about the voices in our head. Go on. And this one has this voice, and this one has this voice.
So I ended up pulling a lot of shit from the Fairy Tail dub. Kill me, like now.
Yeah, that happens. It happens every once in a while. I found that like for some reason in my head the default like girl voice winds up being Lucy's. For some reason, I don't know why. I fight
It's because it's pretty goddamn common.
I fight tooth and nail.
And there are a couple of others.
Yeah.
I like how people were trying to take a character from Sword Art Online seriously. And that freaking YouTube comment is how I found out that freaking the useless piece of shit waifu from Sword Art Online and the useless piece of shit waifu main character from Fairy Tail share the same English voice actor.
Well, dang. That's wacky.
And I just couldn't take her serious, man. And I'm like, you were trying to take the show serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how it'd be. I keep wanting to tell you some characters' voices that I've thought of, but it's like, nope, haven't gotten that far. Oh yeah, you know the dude who was attacking Sanji's ship?
Who?
Remember big dude? I forget his name, but like, used a lot of spikes from what I can remember. Yeah, that guy. I gave him Larry King's voice.
Hey, you want to know something funny?
Yeah, sure.
I gave the cloud pirate the Flying Dutchman's voice.
Okay, you're gonna laugh. I actually wound up giving him Joker's voice, like from the Arkham games. I love Buggy the Pirate, but there's one character later. He is like an actual threat and everything, like big character. I gave him the Flying Dutchman's voice as well.
I actually reused it a whole bunch because it just fits for the wackier villains.
Well, you've seen... Okay, you saw some of the, like, somewhat spoilers I put. But anyway, yeah, Blackbeard, I gave him the Flying Dutchman's voice. No. It's just, the Flying Dutchman! Oh, man. But yeah, every time he shows up on Instagram, it's like, it's the Flying Dutchman time. But man, sometimes it just takes me a while to read an arc because I'm looking at the characters and I'm like, this voice doesn't fit, this voice doesn't fit, this voice doesn't fit. I've used this one before. This voice doesn't fit. I pull voices from most anywhere.
Just phase out phase out the pitch and you're good.
My brain doesn't really work like that because it has to fit to begin with. However, sometimes that happens with kids. Every last one of them has like the same voice.
Like kids in actual anime.
Yeah, it fits.
They use the same 3 voice actors for a crowd of 300. They just copy over the screams and the voices.
Yeah, sometimes in like the middle part of One Piece, a lot of the characters I wound up giving them like kind of it wound up being like the variations of the same voice thing, but it was characters back to back because I was like, you don't really seem to have the vibes of any particular voice, so lower pitched register it is. And, sometimes you can tell what characters aren't going to be there for a while, so it's like, I'll just, I'll just pass this off. Phone it in, then they reappear later, and I'm like, son of a...
Bastard.
Yeah.
That's the thing about One Piece, though, is that they will show up later.
Most of them do.
So long as Luffy doesn't kill them in one strike, they'll show back up.
Yeah. Man. It's going to take a while, but around, like... when is it? I think it's this one called NEA's Lobby. NEA's Lobby. Something cool happens. And then, once you start to reach the, 570 some odd arc, you're going to have to let Linus and I know, because there's a certain chapter that we will have to see your reaction for.
I see.
It's the same one he wanted to see my reaction for.
Right. Yeah, I remember it has to do with the character death.
Did either of us mention that?
I remember that.
Oh.
And how it was like, I want to see you suffer.
I wish to see... Today I lost more than you could ever know. It's like, I don't know, man. I just read a lot of fictional character death.
I don't know, man. I just watched the main character in a romance manga just get rejected.
Yeah. Komi-san, right? Or a different one?
No, it's figure of speech, because...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought you were...
Why the heck would I spoil that? And also, why the heck would I just be wrong on purpose?
For the funny, though. That would be kind of funny. If you strike me, then it's fair.
Well, that'd also be pretty funny, so... Nope, can't kill you yet.
Yeah, but still. So did you, put One Piece on hold to catch up to Hanako-kun, or is it just, in the background?
It's in my background. I just left it at, 120, 110, something like that. I don't remember.
That's fine. Not everyone can quite, or should quite do like I do, to where it's at least 25 chapters a day or my money back guarantee.
Or my bones back guarantee.
Now, money back guarantee would be if you're dedicated enough to buy all of the manga, which is almost up to 100 volumes.
That sounds like over $5,000.
Yeah, probably. It's one of those things. It's they have the 3-in-1s, but it's if I was committed enough to buy all of One Piece, then I'd have to do it in the individual ones for for presentation's sake.
Yeah, it's way too much money.
I mean, you could get them in
too
lots.
much money.
Get first 50 in a lot, last 50 in a lot, go
And
into
then
debt
still-
somewhere along the line.
And then still spend the same amount of money, because people fucking suck.
Yeah. That's one of those things. It's I enjoy reading One Piece. So good, Some of the arcs are just better than entire mangas that I've read, Because the arcs put in the author, give him as much credit as he deserves, he puts in the footwork a lot sooner than you'd expect. There's foreshadowing and world building like nobody's business,
Well, naturally, if someone's going to become the Pirate King, you may as well see what he rules over.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, but I don't think I'd ever reread it. Because 1,000 chapters...
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, again, I will be the first to admit, once you get to reading, it doesn't feel like 1,000 chapters. But then again, that's still going to... I'm lucky to have the time that I have currently to read all of this and manage it in almost a month. In the future, I'd just be more likely to reread just certain arcs. Kind of like I do with some other series, to where it's I need a refresher. Click.
So... Arlong Park, man. I just...
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I can see other action mangas the same after that.
Well,
Oh, and it's Luffy's first confirmed kill.
nah, Arlong lives.
Eh?
I think. I don't think he kills him.
I don't remember him getting back up.
Well, yeah, that happens with a lot of villains. Hold on a second.
I really don't remember him getting back up.
I'm still okay. What did you think of Arlong as a villain?
Nasty. Holy shit.
Yes.
Like, he was...
Okay, so he's supposedly still alive.
Supposedly.
Yeah, there just hasn't really been confirmation.
Better be dead. The kind of shit that happened when he got slammed through a building. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, through a fucking building.
Oh yeah, just so cool.
Top down. He...
I gave Arlong, you know the like, what's his name, from like that really old Spider-Man cartoon, electric character. I forget his name. You know that like meme to where it's like with the snap of my finger and the flick of, you know. I gave him that voice. I had to give him a nasalier voice because his nose was so long. It just seemed to fit. But anyway, good villain. Go on. Tell me your thoughts.
It's just... He's so disgusting. It's like... Yes. As soon as you get me the... What is it? 100 million belly? It's just, you can go ahead and buy that little city.
Something I'm
This little
curious
town.
about.
And then he's like... Hey, I know exactly where this bitch is hiding 100 million stolen belly. Go get it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You just have to get it again, and it's just painful.
Hurt.
But something we see a little bit of that really shines in later part, in, you know, where I'm at with the manga, is Luffy is Luffy's like just strong moral compass of, you know, of what he believes to be right, and how, you know, the second he notices any sort of injustice is done to someone he even remotely cares about, he is like, all right then. Just
Audibly angry.
it's like Doom Guy just... I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the past 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind.
And then he's
Things
like...
have gotten out of hand, a little bit out of hand now, yes. But I assure you, it was worth the risk. I just like Samuel Hayden, man. He's just such a cool character.
Oh, hey, you know what I like? I like the voice actor improvements between 2016 and Eternal.
What do you mean?
For example, in the beginning, he's like, they. It's just...
They are brutal, without mercy.
Hold on.
But you...
The man's like, they are brutal, unrelenting, without mercy, but you will be worse. And then in Doom Eternal, it's like,
Against all the evils that hell can conjure, all the wickedness of mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done. It's just
so much better.
cause it's just, I just love the just way that like the we will send unto them only you, and just how the dude like lets it linger for a second, and then, you know, the words that you know are coming, rip and tear until it is done, and then it hits the brakes by making you watch a cutscene. But anyway. Well, I like...
It doesn't really hit the brakes because the cutscene is so high.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, it definitely
You
starts...
pick up your weapon, you rack it, and you jump through the portal.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, so something you'll kind of learn a little bit later, there is just a chunk of stuff from 2016 to Eternal that just was not planned to be covered. Like... Hugo Martin is like, we're going to put that into a comic. But yeah, there's just like something like from the Doomslayer going from the Fortress of Doom to where we see him in Hell on Earth. Yeah, there's just a bit of time that just is not accounted for. It's just kind of, I just find it a little bit funny.
I guess it's so you could jump into the game without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. And I like it. I like... It's one of those things, like, the first, like, 3 levels or so, you don't really appreciate them. because the first time you go through, because you don't have the weaponry and you're kind of just like, beat him, beat him, beat him, die, die, die. But, upon a second playthrough, like, if you can do mission select to just go through it with all the funny stuff. But once you go through it with, like, all of your stuff, it's just really well-crafted levels.
Right? Even now that I only have Shomp to Gum and Machine Gum.
Machine gun.
And obviously the Xing Xing knife, that's used for 75% of glory kills. God damn, I miss crushing things with my bare fists.
Nah, I don't mind the knife.
It's a whole lot more brutal to take something in your hands and...
Well, okay. Some of the glory kills are pretty great. There's this enemy called the Prowler. And literally, if you look at him the right way, you just grab his chest and split him.
That's what I wish you do more often.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I like the knife a little bit. It's pretty cool to, like, land on an enemy and you just slit their head clean off. I kind of just wish I could use it for melee attacks.
It's clean, but it's not gruesome.
Mm-hmm. But I suppose that's a good, like, description of 2016 versus Eternal. Eternal is way cleaner in, like, the combat, once you master it, you're fluid. You are a literal war machine. But 2016, you just shotgun, 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 stepping on the blood.
And they give you too much ammo, so you never have to switch.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did in my replay through of 2016, because I was like, let's just see how it transfers. And it transfers alright, but it's just not the same. It just feels a bit disconnected,
Yeah, it's like you don't gain anything special from switching.
Yeah, and like, the main thing that I feel like... Excuse me. The main thing I feel like 2016 still has over Eternal is I just really like the grittier tone,
Yeah, exactly, because you jump in, you are in hell. Good fucking luck.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I just love the weapon pickups in 2016. It just has so much atmosphere, because you're literally pulling your weaponry from the corpses of the people you were supposed to save,
As the people who are supposed to, like, keep Mars in check.
Yeah, all that stuff. And it's just...
It's because you look at, Doom Marine Corps, and you're just like, alright, cool, he gave me an LMG. How does this funny weapon work? Oh. And then, in Eternal, it's like, oh, hey, cool, there's this random-ass LMG on the ground.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, grab the funny weapon. Which it's fine, It's one of those things...
Makes it feel a little bit more like a video game.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm okay with that, because Hugo Martin was talking about this. I'm going to quote the man a lot. He's a Chad. But he was mentioning how, from the beginning, they kind of wanted Doom Eternal and 2016 to be two fundamentally separate experiences. It follows the same storyline, but they were shooting for different hoops, They wanted 2016 to be this sort of, like... I think I read somewhere, like, heard somewhere, like, they kind of wanted 2016 to be this, like, Saturday morning cartoon type of joyride, To where it's just, the combat is what you come for. Is what you come for.
Not into your cereal.
Oh gosh. And I definitely feel that, It's just, I like both of the games, but I have to say, once you get used to, like, taking out the weak points in the faltering system in Eternal, I could talk about for hours. It just makes the combat feel so much more dynamic. Like in 2016, everything was kind of a bullet sponge. You just bang, 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 add a little bit of salt and pepper, more bullets, more bullets, more bullets, throw an explosive. Dash of paprika.
Dash of boom, 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 boom. That's the grenade launcher.
Oh my word.
That's the silence.
But I have to say, I literally, like... I gunned through Nightmare difficulty with hardly any, like... Without really stopping, Like, and I was just using the tactics I'd learned from Eternal. It's just like, yep, just it's like herding sheep with
No
bullets.
dash. Tactics I learned from Eternal. Oh fuck, I'm getting hit.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Not having a dash was a little bit painful. Because it's one of those things that once you get used to using it and you fully incorporate it, it just becomes natural. You're
Yeah,
just like,
and-
oh, okay.
And then every time it's not there, you miss it.
I have to say, though, I do kind of like some of the enemy designs from 2016 a little bit more. It felt like some of them had more detail. Like the Revenants, you know? I like them so much more in 2016 just
Yeah.
because, like, they've got, like, this, like, blood splattered on their face and everything like that. And they just look more feral. You know?
Which is how they're supposed to look.
Yeah, and, you know, it's one of those things.
They're demons, man. They're supposed to look a little wacky.
But I know originally they like part of the reason why they changed the designs was because with 2016, I think they got the criticism of they look more like aliens than demons, Chief. And if you look at some of them, like the Mancubus, you can kind of see it because you know it has all
Yeah.
this like weird like armory stuff that looks more foreign, like alien tech.
You know, I guess it kind of works because, one, the humans on Mars were kind of fucking around with the alien, God damn it. They were fucking around with the, oh hey, I used the GD, nice. They were fucking around with the demons, you know. Prime evidence is the mecha demon.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, you know, the first major boss you do in the boss rush section of Doom Eternal, Doom 2016. So I can't think.
Yeah.
And so I think it's fine for them to look weird. And also, you're on fucking Mars. This is Mars hell.
Yeah, well, according to Eternal, it's all hell. Hell is everywhere. Although I do feel like the brightness of Doom Eternal works against it. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie. On the second level, you wind up going to hell again. As
Yes.
you'd probably guess. I did not know it was hell. I just thought it was more Earth. Not gonna lie. I literally was like, huh, this is weird structure for Earth. And I just didn't think anything of it. And I was like, I was watching one video later to where it's like, when you go to hell again, and I'm just like, I'm going to hell again?
We should put that in the dim quotes. I'm going to hell again?
Well, you can put it there. I have a principle to not put my own quotes in there.
Yeah, it's. I'm a little more neutral on it though. It's just hearing it was kind of like.
Yeah. I want to make a joke, though. Okay, so we have talked about the live action thing. Did I mention the, like, going to the internet and just winding up in hell again?
Oh my god.
I just feel like that'd be funny. I think it'd be funny to just do some, like, live action funky do's.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Pretty cool?
Pretty cool.
He's yelling to the mic. You go from, like, yawn yelling to just, ah!
Fucking Six Flags train noise.
Eating Mike Tyson's.
Yep. Sleepy Hitman is, in fact, eating Mike Tyson's ass.
Yeah, well, that's sometimes just how it be.
Eating of Mike Tyson's ass. Oh, no!
Oh, yeah, from the, what's it called? Coco and Maury meme stream dream team. There's one meme that
Super shit meme review.
I just find it funny that someone that's supposed to be an idol is just making that particular type of content.
Soup mega shit meme reviews.
Just read the, oh frick, just this line here.
Kazoo music stops.
It's just,
No, I remember that
You
in the thumbnail.
just you what?
Yo, Coco's gonna make Callie pregnant.
Man, that just,
I can make you pregnant if I want.
I like to. I like to tell people that, you know, VTubers are a type of content that anyone can get into, you know? It's not as weird as you think it is, and then, you know, we come up
As
with
it turns out, it is, in fact, as weird as you think it is.
some parts of it. Some parts of it. Mainly the Japanese, but that's not against them.
Stop it. That's not what we're supposed to say.
What am I
Not
supposed
when
to say?
there's the Tenchi.
The what?
The angel.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, like Coco, Marine, Marine. They do be funky. We can't lie about that.
Yeah, they're crazy. It's I think that because Coco has some kind of I don't know humanity left, maybe rather than going onto Kiara's talk show and going, I am hentai genre.
What?
It's because they're talking about the fact that I'm in Japan. They just call it R-rated material rather than going hentai.
Well, yeah, hentai is used for people, not objects. Hentai.
Yeah, over there they go hentai that you pervert.
Thou wicked man, perverted in mind and heart, scorner of the world and luster of flesh.
Unto all the horniness that mankind can conjure, we shall send unto them only you.
Hick and tear until it is done.
Why are we asking them to hick and tear?
This is operating under the idea that Amelia Watson is going to be the Doomslayer. I like that idea a lot, actually. That was one of her...
Right.
One of her string
However,
titles, hick
consider this. And tear until it is done.
I don't know. I feel like Goro would be nicer to him. Bonk, and then eight all of them die. All of them die.
Well, exactly. They still die, is the thing.
Yeah.
She rips and tears their souls out of their bodies.
Yeah. I like how we now have the mutual thing of like both having read at least a portion of One Piece to talk about, but here we are literally not doing it. We spent like a grand total of like 5 minutes talking about it, though. I feel like there's a lot more we could wring out of that in terms of conversation.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we spent longer on it. That's probably because my time perception is not good right now.
Yeah.
We actually we spent a lot of the beginning talking about it.
Yeah. I wonder if One Piece has good OPs.
Maybe, unless they're using the same one that they've been using since 2000.
I doubt it. I legitimately doubt that something that an anime that is literally longer than the manga,
Yeah.
is going to use the same OP. This isn't Log Horizon.
Damn. Got they ass.
I mean, literally for 2 seasons. They did
use
it
the
for
same song.
2 seasons. That's just ridiculous.
They changed the visuals completely, but they use the same song.
Changing the visuals does not help. They had like a heavy choice out of them, though. Do we go for it again for consistency and memes, or do we change it because they're begging us? I was begging
the third time. No, obviously they changed it so it doesn't seem like politics, which it is.
I never actually finished the season.
Yeah, no, it's like they literally have an election.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what that bitch in glasses does?
What?
He brings Susukino to freaking Akiba.
What was Susukino again?
That one city where dental care lives.
Oh, dental care. As long as you're in Akiba on this day, we vote. And I heard that it literally basically does nothing. Or, not really much happens from the election. I don't know.
Well, it kind of dispels all the bullshit.
Well,
The fucking... I forgot what his name was. Was it Ainz?
Yeah, Ainz.
He was just out there trying to take over freaking Akiba for Westland.
I don't know.
He just can't anymore.
I feel like I can't remember exactly what his issue was, but I could have sworn it was something along the lines
He
of
wanted to establish communism.
Oh. I thought
That
it
was
just,
his issue.
I thought it was just that,
He wanted to establish communism unironically, is the thing.
Some people nowadays want to do that, and I'm just like, dog, don't be cringe. Communism only works on paper, and that's bad. Anything works on paper, but...
Communism only works whenever you all die.
No. Communism works. You just have to look the other way and pretend it's not communism.
Exactly. That's why we call it socialism. Ding ding.
Yeah, it's like capitalism isn't much better. However, it's not driving people. Well, I was just about to say it's not driving people into debt, but it's like, well,
It's not.
it's not
It's
driving
not
us all into
driving
debt.
people to starvation.
Well, for some people it is. If you can't get a job, then that's just the taint.
Well, that's because you're doing the drugs. It's your choice.
I don't know, man. I feel like for some people it's kind of difficult too, especially like, well, okay. I was about to say nowadays.
It's not difficult to eat if you don't have an addiction.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
However, it is difficult to eat if you do. Or, if you don't know how to dress.
Or if you've been beaten by Batman, you're eating through a tube. I have been beaten to death by Batman, but you're still alive. No, I'm dead. Pretty sure I'm dead.
I mean, I can't feel my lower legs.
That's not death. That's paralyzation.
Great. The same fucking thing.
Yeah. Abrupt change of subject. What do you think of the new Discord logo? How does it make you feel? Right up here.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It's just... Why?
Apparently it was asymmetrical.
It doesn't matter. It looked fine.
Well, for me personally, I'm fine with like how the new logo looks. It looks a little bit janky. Just a tiny bit.
I don't... As somebody who looks at it every day, I just don't see why they had to change it.
I just don't like the new color of blue. That's literally it for me. The other blue was this right shade of like it was a bit towards the gray to where like it wasn't like it didn't hurt your eyes to look at and it didn't draw your eyes to them whenever you were like looking down at your taskbar or anything like that to distract you.
When
But at
you
the
were
same time-
looking for it, you could find it still.
Yeah, it was easily recognizable. And it was also square. Look at, like... I'm tired of icons going circular. A little, like, on desktop, at least. I like the square experience. On my phone, I'm a filthy plebeian because, I like the circle ones, but that's just because I like, I really like default Android.
Hoocha!
I like stock Android. And look at that, a full screen for looking. Look
Yes.
at this.
I have something similar, except I have a clock for Frankfurt, Germany on it.
Why do you have a clock for Germany?
Because I have a friend over there, or probably had. She stopped responding to my messages.
Oh,
Though I wonder if she succumbed to her illness. That'd fucking suck.
well, what illness did she have?
A whole mix. It
Oh,
was kind of terrible. Half of it was inherited.
yikes. Oh yeah, so it's funny. The Galaxy A50s, what I've got right here in my hands,
Yes.
they should have gotten the Samsung One UI 3 or whatever update.
They did not.
No. They have been getting them. I just haven't. And I don't know why. I don't know. Like, I've been looking at sites that's like update trackers and everything. It's like, it seemed like it literally came to every other part of the world but the US. And I'm just like, you what? Samsung.
And, you heard
Sammy.
us right, bitch. Move.
I'm hoping it'll come soon, sooner rather than later, because, I don't know. I'm okay with using, like, the Nova launcher or whatever. But at the same time, like, if I can use the One UI 3, they've touted it as looking really nice, so I'd like to see it.
Me laughs in Moto UI.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of
What?
trash, but it's not unusable.
my grandfather asked if I was working hard, and my mom said, working hard, hardly working,
The usual.
Yeah, I am hardly working. I'm unemployed.
Well, like working hard at school.
Colleague is out for the summer. I am
It's
unemployed and in debt. But at
Yeah.
least I've got Doom,
at least I've got.
my capybara. Randy? You good?
Yes.
Man. Can you imagine, like, a timeline where we never really had to worry about bleeping out names in the podcast? Because either A, we just decided to go with our real names, or B, we just
What are you talking about? These are our real names.
No, remember, we never had the illusion that these were our real names. These have been fake names for as long as we can remember. Why would we bleep out in Scott, I'm begging you, please tell me you just bleep the two of those names out. Please? 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 Please?
So good.
Also, fun, exciting, happy news. For the 35th episode of the podcast, I'm thinking I'm going to try to have, like, a new, like, overlay out. And new, like, thumbnail template.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be fun to do something to where, like, the border of the thumbnail template, like, is incorporated into, like, the little slide on the side. And I already have some ideas. You having fun?
No,
Okay. Why not?
because I itch in like half of my body.
Why?
Mow grass morning.
Ah, that's right. That's unfortunate. You sure you'll be good for tomorrow?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes, I will.
Just making sure.
Because, it's highly likely that as soon as I go home, nap time.
You're not gonna... Excuse me, you're not gonna clean?
Hmm?
You're not gonna, like, take a shower, clean off all the allergens off you? That's what's
Probably
making
do
me
that.
itch.
Probably do that in the morning.
Alright then.
Because it doesn't stop me from sleeping. It just makes it annoying.
Well, why have an annoying sleep when you could have a clean sleep?
Because I'm a lazy
Get
bastard.
in the mattress, in the bed.
You really in a bed sleep.
Yeah, man. That's just, I wake up way too many mornings, literally just underneath my pillows. It's like someone comes through in the night and tucks me under the bed. Just, alright then. Covers. Pillows.
No, you're just
Die.
on top of the springboard. Just like, wait, something's not right.
I have a memory foam mattress. I don't have no springboard.
Huh. Bastard. You just asleep on top of the frame rails.
Happened one mattress that I had. I had it for so long that it just wore through and I could feel the bars underneath my back, but I just had to deal.
My mattress, I was sleeping on one side of it for so long that suddenly the springs started coming up. And I'm like, oh wow, that's funny. So we kind of got rid of that, and I have memory foam now, so that's nice.
Ooh.
I have memory foam on top of a springboard on top of my floor. That's how I'm working.
Well, I mean, so long as you have some sort of structure and it's not just mattress to floor, you're fine.
Yeah.
Sure, frame, structure of some sort, probably preferable, but,
Who needs it?
you need it. For a proper good night's sleep and proper lumbar support.
I already have proper lumbar support because I die.
I am dead and rigor mortis takes over my body to make sure that my back does not kink. I
Does
saw,
not anything.
oh gosh, the other day I saw kink trending on Twitter. And it took literally all my willpower to not click on that. I was like, there is no amount of answers that could make that okay. It's like, I don't understand what Twitter is going through half the time.
Horny posting.
Yeah, but it's either horny posting or it's talking about dream.
Which do you think?
All of the above, I guess, sometimes. It just deals a little bit of damage.
Well, I'm gonna have to deal a little bit more in a little while here.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wonder what I'm going to kill you for.
Maybe it'll be a draw. Oh, that would be unprecedented. Completely. Well, no. There's been times when we've
Calm
both
down,
been taken
son,
out
it's
by
just a draw.
artillery cannon, when we got bombed.
When King Crimson finished me off.
Also, folks, we realized something earlier today of why we keep coming back. And that's merely just that in this world, death is just a minor inconvenience, as opposed to something...
The entire world is our living room.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Were they supposed to know that we're not a part of their world? Or how do we tell them we're not real? Just a figment of their imagination. A falsehood. A false idol.
I told you, Aaron, I decide who's Wyoming and who's Wyoming. And right now, we Wyoming.
And then the episode just ends. Sounds of like, oh man, okay. One episode, it would be. Oh, hang on a second. Let me pause this because I actually want to talk to you about this idea. Where is the? There was a pause button at one point, right? Where'd it go?
That's a great question.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute. Sorry, Scott. I'm sorry. Yeah, it would be good. Would be good. You'll never see it coming.
Your mom was good. The instant expression change, dog. That's what I live for.
It's what you're gonna die for too.
Yeah, exactly. For the rest of my life, I'll have the expression change.
Well, nah. I killed you last time for talking bad about my mom, and I don't actually appreciate that. Jokes aside, don't do it.
I'll do my best.
You will do nothing at all. Young man.
Young who?
Midoriya Shonen.
Midoriya Tamedani.
Oh yeah, what got you like on the path of like going like, okay, time to read Hanako-kun?
It was just sitting there in my I'm interested in this tab for a long time, and I'm like, you know what? This seems really, really interesting. And so I pick it up and I read it, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty funny. I'm on chapter 50 already.
That's fair. It took me a bit longer. But
It took me a few days.
I'm thinking after One Piece, I think my brain is at the point where it's like, I don't want to take in new content, you know, so I'm probably just going to reread something. Like I was telling you about that, like, Forget-Me-Not story earlier, or a couple weeks back. Probably going to read that, because I really liked it, you know, and I want to see if it holds up to the true test, you know? Well, I guess I could call it the masterpiece test, because it's, I read it once, and if I find it favorable, I reread it again, looking for, you know, to see if it's a masterpiece, to see if I really still find it enjoyable, you know, upon a second read through, and can really take something more from it. So we'll find out.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I recently kind of sped reread two of the romance mangas that we're both interested in.
Yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, and so Kubo-san Won't Leave Me Be. A mob. It's
What was with the heavy southern accent there? Kubo-san won't leave me be. A mob.
You're a mob.
No, you're a mom. You are the MILF.
Mom? Yeah!
The MILF.
They heard me. No.
I'm gonna send an apology message.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Is Randy well?
Sorry.
Yes.
What are we guessing?
Yes, he is
I'm
well.
well.
I am sorry. Hey, you're on the podcast again.
Okay.
Nice.
We opened their door down the hall, and that was the first thing we heard. Was just yes.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the comedy we sign up for.
If it wasn't 9 o'clock at night, it would be mostly fine. They seem to find it funny more than anything, though. So luckily, your random outbursts, as opposed to being perceived as autistic, are actually just funny.
I'd hope so, because I know I'm on the spectrum somewhere, man.
Listen, I saw this thing where it's like we kind of all are to an extent.
If we're not,
I don't think normal people walk around screeching as much as we do.
yeah. Wait, you don't screech that often. You just come up with really nasty jokes when we're out in public.
Yeah, because I like to see how people take it in public. That sounds really weird to say out of context. Anyway,
Hold on. Something's not right.
Something's wrong. I can feel it. What are you looking at your hand for? You
Because I want to bite off my fingernails.
just trim them.
But it don't feel right after I'm done.
What do you mean?
I can't follow the contour of my like finger pads properly.
Then get hobby nippers, like plastic
Nipples?
cutters. Nippers.
Nipples.
No, hobby nipples. What is a hobby nipple?
You have people suck them as a hobby.
You posted cringe. Gosh.
Man, just horny.
I miss doing that. I miss, like, one of us having to post cringe. Us having to say something so bad that the other just had to kill us for it. Nowadays, it's just senseless manslaughter, and it's not
For
the same.
forgetting, we posted cringe. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, that was one of them. Man. It'd be fun if, like, we actually had, like, a big following. We could just go through and, like, have a live stream of, like, our favorite clips, bits, and, cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah, sweets. The funny moments. The sweeter moments.
Oh, I see.
The wholesome. We could also talk about hentai.
The sauce?
The louse.
You know I'm into that, boy.
Welcome back to Sauce and Louse with the Vanderlyn Gang. Arthur! Show us your hentai.
Alright, Dutch, I'll see what I can pull out. Bruh. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not it. I went bruh.
She's skip.
Big titties. Fat ass.
Is it really the first time you did that I just lost it?
You have to be there. You have to see me make the funny face.
Yeah, just because you just, like, really get into it, just yeah.
Ass. Ass.
Oh, man, you know that us recording tangents is an experience for everyone around us.
The entire house lit up as soon as I went, yes!
The MILF cast confirmed. The mother in late 40s. Man, I do not like how many...
MILF 69, mother in late 44, 1969. Shut
up. Stop talking.
I cannot.
Don't use your mouth for words. To quote this one video that I saw, I weep that I weep not that I... For I weep not because I kill you, but that I can only do it once. Just kidding, this is tangents. It's not gonna stick.
Yeah, but the sticker grenade will.
Where did you get a rubber sticker grenade from?
It's not rubber. Look again.
No. Still rubber. We still got 30 minutes.
Something like that.
I mean, do you want to call it here?
I don't know. Because it's fun, doing the talking and the whatnot. But I don't think I have the stuff to make it fun for those people out there, the 8.5 who decided to show up and watch.
Those are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Stop.
Why? Are you a Jehovah's Witness?
Why do you think our 8.5 viewers are Jehovah's Witnesses?
Oh, no. The people standing behind them. Those are the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, yeah. Everyone pick up your pitchforks.
Wait. No. Why are they pulling out Tommy guns? Since when did the Jehovah's Witnesses use Tommy guns?
I don't know. I think it's when they stop believing in God.
Oh, okay. So according to this brochure they shot me with, that was a sample of their salvation spray where they load us full of holy bullets with their Tommy guns.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So even a sinner like me can get into heaven.
Is that where this is?
Hold on. Is that Doom music?
Oh no. Not again. Not again!